Welcome, everyone. Justin here, your resident GM of Chronicle. First of all, thank you for your patience. The end of 2023 got a little crazy here at the Burnside house as my wife and I both began new jobs and moved, not to mention the holidays. Now that everything is returning to kind of a normalcy, you can look forward to regular releases, just like before, every other Monday. We've also recruited another editor, meaning if my life gets a little crazy again, I only need to make time for prep and playing. Here at Play Pretend Studios, we're excited to have you with us. See us grow and improve, and I can't wait for you to see what we have in store in 2024. And since it's been a little while, here's a quick recap. The party recently helped the Fungus Leshy, Raining Cloudy Day, complete his confirmation to become a full-fledged member of the Pathfinder Society, deep in the Verdurn Forest. Upon returning to the harbor city of Casimir, they were attacked by a group of masked bounty hunters, and once that threat was dealt with, they learned that Nags, the thief boss of Casimir, had put the bounty on Vola. The bounty hunter then informed the group that Nags' warehouse, which turned out to be their hideout, could be accessed through the sewers. The party traversed through the sewers and posed as bounty hunters aiming to turn in Vola. But they asked for too steep of a price. Nags wasn't about this and instructed their Copper Daddy and warehouse full of assassins to rain hell upon the party. So please join me as the party tries to escape a total party kill, and welcome to Chronicle. I have returned as the construct exits that office through its double doors, shuts it behind it. I have been instructed, since Vola is already here, and it seems that you are ungrateful of the price that we are offering, to annihilate you where you stand.
Oh, well, that just won't do, dear.
That's just rude.
Nags! We know you are in there! Do not be a coward!
And we will all roll initiative.
Well, it was nice knowing you, fellas.
Vola, what did you get for your initiative roll?
Total of 21.
And Dave, what did you get?
Dave is sitting on a whopping 26.
And Tack.
So Tack rolled a 25.
And Maggie, what did you get?
28.
And that 28 is going to begin our initiative at the top of the order.
I love this music.
It's good. It'll be the last thing you hear before you die. I'm kidding. Hey, you know, it's a good thing Tack said, hey, if we don't come back, you call the society.
Well, we're gonna be dead, so it doesn't matter.
Our new party will come to rescue us.
I'm going to cast... Maggie is going to cast Lingering Composition. I believe that's a performance check. Is that correct?
That is correct. What'd you get on the roll?
28.
And I believe that is a critical success for your level.
Perfect. So that was a free action. And then Maggie is going to cast Inspire Courage.
And that is going to last on everybody for 4 rounds.
And then for her final action, Maggie is going to target Big Copper Daddy.
Hell yeah.
And she is going to cast Hideous Laughter for 2 actions.
The construct kind of chuckles. I recognize what you are trying to do to me, but I have no mind. He's immune to the effects.
Oh, no. It's mindless.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he might have had a mind because he was talking to us, but okay. Alright. That's Maggie's turn.
Now that it is the Copper Daddy's turn,
Oh god. Please don't come up to me.
he is going to come up to Vola,
Oh god.
and he's going to strike at you. He lifts his large copper, bronze, whatever, gauntlet, and bring a fist down onto you. And with a nimble dodge, you will get a +2,
Ooh!
which makes it just a hit. Barely.
Dang it.
You are going to take 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and he is going to use his last action to grab you. Dave, that will be your turn.
All right. Dave is going to go ahead and drop the magic tree right here. So he's going to spend 2 actions casting his Timber Sentinel ability, which will create a little tree in that spot there. And anytime one of his allies within reach of the tree takes an attack, the branch is just going to reach out and protect them and take the damage for them instead.
And
That's
you're putting
2
that kind of
actions.
in between the Guardian and Maggie?
Yeah, right there in that corner, right next to the Guardian and Maggie. And that'll cover Vola too. Tag
okay,
left to move if he wants to get the benefit of it. And with my last action, I'm going to use my free action Weapon Infusion for my upcoming Elemental Blast to give it reach. So I can make a melee attack against that bronze golem from here. So I basically just pull like a rod of earth out of the ground, like of these bricks, and then I just slap him in the face with it. Ooh, swing and a miss. Alright, and that will end Dave's turn.
Got a hero point.
Ooh, thank you. Oh, yeah, you know what? What am I saving it for?
Justin, you're evil.
No, you know what? You're right. I might
You're
need
always
that.
fishing for us to use those.
Yeah. I'm not going to use that like first round of the fight. Nice try. You almost got me.
Damn it. I'm going to remember that, Ellie. So as your attack misses, Tack, that is your turn. As you see that this Guardian has grabbed Vola by the collar, and it looks like he's intending to bring her into the office.
All right, so Tack is going to run around to get on the opposite side, so I'm between him and the door, and also making him flanked between me and Vola. And for the first action, for the second action, I'm going to pull out my Scourge, and for my third action, I'm going to try to whip at him. Actually, no, I take that back. Since he's this big metal guy, I don't think I'm going to do much damage if I whip him. So I think I'm going to be pulling out the little hammer at my hip, and I'm going to try to strike him with it. Okay, that's gonna be a natural 1, which means I'm gonna use a hero point on that one. For a 2, making
Nice.
that a 10 total. So that's Tack's 3 actions.
Y'all be fine. You're fine. Don't stress this.
I'm a little stressed.
Oh, I'm talking to myself. You guys are fucked. I'm just kidding.
All right.
Vola, you are currently grabbed by this construct. That is your turn.
All right. Vola's gonna try to escape as her first action. So that's athletics or unarmed.
Yeah. Or acrobatics, but maybe not for you.
All right. 25.
That is a success.
Run away!
She has mobility, so she's going to move half of her movement, which does not invoke an opportunity attack. And is the store's closed?
It is.
Okay. Can she open it as her last action?
You sure can.
Ooh.
Vola, what you see when you open that door, you see a smaller statured woman in a black cloak with a black hood up. Her skin is very pale. You see very dark looking eyes meet your gaze.
Are they purple?
These are black.
Ooh, scary lady.
In front of you, you see a fetchling, and on her turn, you see her spend 2 actions to interact with this object on the desk. And immediately, this room becomes shrouded in darkness. And now it is some of these hidden assailants. Dave, you see to the east one of these masked thieves with a crossbow run up to the edge of these rafters, or of these scaffolds, and attempt to shoot at you with their short bow, and whiff it.
I've seen poachers with better shots than you.
They rolled a 3. Another one is going to stride down, spend its first 2 actions to stride from the north, and do the same thing, and gets a total of 8 to whiff it again. You don't see any more action, as Maggie, that is now your turn.
Maggie's gonna cast Illusory Object. Actually, before I cast Illusory Object, it says that it's an image of a stationary object, but could that be multiple things or just one thing? Does that make sense?
Well, what did you have in mind?
I was going to cast the image of multiple Volas.
I think multiple Volas might be a little too overpowered.
Okay, so what about just one Vola?
I think you could do 1 Vola.
Okay, so I'm going to cast the image of one Vola hiding back here in these wooden crates. I'm going to cast an illusion of Vola peeking out from behind, and then I'm going to... Maggie is going to say, "Oh my goodness, Vola, everyone can see you. You should run." Hopefully that does something, I suppose.
We will see.
I respect the effort.
And then for my last action, I'm going to draw my bow.
That will be the animated guardian's turn, who Vola has escaped his grasp, a direct violation of his orders, and as he is going to again try to attack Vola and follow up with a grab at the end. And with your +2, that will be a miss with
Nice.
a 21 versus your 22 AC.
Nimble dodge.
A little frustrated, so he's going to try again to hit you. He misses critically with a 9 total. This time he's just going to try to grab you.
Wait. Oh, no. Yeah, go for it.
And this is with a -10. I don't even think it's possible, to be honest, but I mean, it's with a +1. I can get a nat 20. 13 total to grab you, I'm assuming does not work.
No.
Remember, he's intimidating, guys. Dave, that is your turn.
All right, Dave, seeing these 2 fearsome-looking bandit, assassin, thief dudes pop up to the east, he's gonna take a quick stride over here with his first action, and he's going to be in perfect position to unleash a hail of splinters. So all the creatures in that 30-foot cone are gonna have to make this reflex save here.
So the one to the north fails. The one to the south succeeds.
Ooh. Alright, so the one to the north is going to take that much damage. The one to the south will take half. And then the one to the north is going to take that much persistent bleed. And the one to the south is going to take half.
How much?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I should say that. For our wonderful listeners. So 5 damage, half for the south target. And then 1d4 persistent bleed for the north. I guess half that would be 1d2.
Yeah, it does it automatically, I think.
Oh, well, there you go. But yes, Dave is just gonna those wooden crates will just kind of disassemble themselves under the raw force of his kinetic energy, and just thousands of little splinters will just go flying at these dudes and give them a bunch of nasty paper cuts.
You are going to hear the one to the north let out a particular scream as you see that one caught his face very well, and he's He's starting to bleed profusely.
And that will end Dave's turn.
Perfect. Tack, that will be your turn.
Well, I think to Tack, the biggest threat right now is this golem in front of him. But he wants to make sure that this is all gonna go well. So actually, Tack's gonna try to tumble through him and get to the other side. So that's a 20 total with my acrobatics bonus.
Nice.
And that is a success against, he's not very agile.
And so Tack gets some panache. And now that he's flanking this construct, he's going to use his second action to strike at it with the light hammer that he's holding. That looks so good on the die until it didn't. And that was a 3 on the die for an 11. And you know what? Third action, I can't miss every roll, right?
Don't put that
Right.
out there.
Hey.
And
nice.
that's 19 total for the third action, second attack.
That one will hit.
All right. It would be 3 damage.
3 points damage.
Yeah.
You see that 3 points doesn't quite get through the hardness of his exterior.
Oof.
So the hammer connects and just dong.
Just twinks.
If anything, it hurts Tack. No, I'm kidding.
If I had a sense of humor, I would chuckle. Vola, that will be your turn. You see you saw a very familiar face before it became shrouded in darkness to the south. And to the north, you just saw Tack. Not quite. He landed a hit, but it didn't do much.
All right, Vola will move half of her movement into the office, and say, "Lyria, is that you? Why are you trying to kill me?" She'll stride forward again and try to look for her through the darkness.
Just checking. The name was Lyria or Lyra?
Lyria.
Okay.
Can I do like a seeker or something to try to find her?
Because you have dark vision, she will be concealed. So go ahead and do a seek action for me. You can see the outlines of the desk and the chair. You see maybe little shimmers of a body's outline, but you can't quite spot where she is. It is now Lyria's turn. As you hear a fleeting whisper from somewhere in the darkness, "Did you come here just to finish your dirty work?"
I do not know what you are talking about.
She is going to stride to where now you can see her better, but she will still be considered concealed to you. And she is going to, let's see if you feel this.
Oh.
You are going to feel the slashing of a rapier across your chest.
Oof.
For 18 points of damage.
Oh, that's exactly what I had.
Oh no!
Oh, oh no, she has the orc ferocity. I keep forgetting.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, she'll feel that one and grab onto the desk beside her and stay up.
And that's her turn. Now, shifting our focus back up north, you guys see one of these, let's just call them peons.
Peons.
He sees Vola to the north. And boy, does he know how much he's gonna get for capturing this orc for the boss man. Spends 2 actions to get up there and shoots an arrow as it kind of flies right through this illusion that Maggie has created to the north and effectively wasted all of his actions. We move on to the next one, who is to the south on top of the rafters, just caught about half of those splinters. He is going to spend an action to draw a bomb. The second action is to throw said bomb at you, Dave, for a total of 12.
That will miss.
Frustrated, he lifts up his short bow, tries again. For a whopping 1 total on the die.
Wah, 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 wah.
A critical miss by 19.
I will still take the splash damage from the bomb, though.
You are correct. Thank you for that honesty.
Yeah, no worries.
So you will take 1 fire damage. That'll really tip the scales too. And the thief to the north, the thief to the south, takes his persistent bleed damage, and he fails his recovery check. The thief to the north isn't going to try, he is going to try the same tactic. He spends an action to pull out his bomb, throw it at you.
The fates are smiling on Dave today.
He trips up. His vision's blurred because he probably got a splinter in the left eye. He takes this damage and accidentally sets these cargo boxes on fire.
Hilarious.
As he yells, "Fuck this! Run! Run!" He also critically fails his recovery check, and he takes a point of persistent bleed. His run is more enthusiastic now. Maggie, that is your turn. You can see that your illusion has distracted one of the thieves, and another thief has effectively caught himself on fire, and Dave has the furthest southern thief.
Okay. Maggie is going to throw needle darts at one of the thieves. The one that is on fire. That's the one north of Dave, correct?
Yes. Yep, that one.
Okay. So with a 14 for a total of 24, it is going to hit.
That guy is so close to just...
Oof.
And he takes a total of 12 damage.
So as he's trying to pat out the flames on the cargo boxes and his own self, he gets a rain of these needles as he screams even louder, and he falls to the death. To his death.
Falls to the death.
He is now in the shadow realm.
And then with with Maggie's last action, she is going to move forward 25 feet. Is she able to move through Dave's tree?
Yep.
Okay, so she's going to move forward 25 feet into the room.
Okay. This guardian has seen Vola and Maggie both enter its boss's room. It's not going to follow you guys in. It is going to target attack with a large copper fist and get a hit with a 26 for 8 points of bludgeoning damage to tack.
Oof.
He is going to spend his second action to take that fist and grab you with it. And last action is to try to punish you for your descent.
Punish me, Copper Daddy.
Thanks for the soundbite. He is going to hit with a 22, and Tack, you'll take another 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oi.
Dave, that is your turn.
Alright. So, technicality, Dave used his Hail of Splinters last turn, which has the overflow tag, which means his kinetic aura goes down. He has to rechannel the elements to get it back up. So he's going to do that. He'll channel his elements to get his aura back up, and with it, he gets to make a free one-action elemental blast attack, which he'll aim at that poor little bandit to the south. Kablam. So that will be a 26. So this poor little guy is going to take a critical hit.
You're going for the earth, right?
Yes, I'm going for the earth. Bludgeoning. Just a big brick to the face. Sadly, that only amounts to 4 points of damage.
I'm going to say he does stumble back a little bit, taken off guard, just taking some of these bricks from the warehouse floor straight to the face.
Oh, tasty. And then, seeing that Tack is in trouble, Dave is going to summon another tree next to him. Right there. With his last two actions. The original tree just becomes a normal, non-magical tree that doesn't do anything special. But has the neat effect of remaining a tree, they'll continue to grow and be a happy little tree or whatever.
Right in the middle of my goddamn warehouse.
My name is Dave Appleseed, and I plant trees wherever I go.
Tack, that is your turn.
All right. So starting off my round grabbed, I will try to break free of that. So that's a unarmed attack or athletics, you said?
Yep, or acrobatics.
No, it's the same, no matter what. So there is my unarmed attack roll with a 17 total.
That is against fortitude, correct?
No, it's against its athletics DC.
Oh, athletics. That is still not gonna do.
Okay. Tax struggling. He's going to. Actually, I'll try to do that again with my attack modifier. Ugh, and that's even less. 16. Last action. Wow, I've got very little going on. So.
I didn't think of how much a mindless creature would kind of throw you guys for a loop, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of my things have mental things.
Noted.
I guess third action is he's gonna just try to third action strike him to get free, hopefully fishing for that 20.
Oh!
Ooh!
Nice.
It's a 19 on the die for 21.
That's to escape.
Yeah.
That is just what you need to escape.
Woo!
21.
21.
21.
Alright, but that was my third action to get free.
Vola, we will shift our focus back down into this very fanciful office where this woman of your past asked you if you are here to finish your dirty work.
Alright, Vola's gonna hold up her hands. She has not drawn her weapon yet. And say, Lyria, I do not know what it is you think I have done, but please, can we talk this out? Nobody else needs to be hurt.
Vola, would you like to use diplomacy or another route?
I guess diplomacy?
Okay, would you give me a secret diplomacy check?
I'm not here to kill you, I just wish to speak.
Anything you'd like to do with your other actions? She seems fairly receptive to this.
Nope.
Okay. As it is her turn, she is going to wave her hand. The darkness spell dissipates. The construct, its arms kind of... It seems like it dies down. Its arms fall to the side. And it remains kind of static right there. Dave, you see the other thieves running anyways.
Yeah, you better run.
Hey guys, Justin here. I'd like to take some time to talk about our sponsor, us. If you like what you hear and want to support the show and the studio, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/playpretendstudios. Becoming a patron can get you access to our community Discord, ad-free shows, and even live streams of our recording sessions, depending on the tier, of course. Your support helps me bring all of this to life, and as we gain more support, we can add more to the pipeline. On patreon.com/playpretendstudios, you can find my roadmap for the studio. Our first goal is to hit 100 patrons, and once we hit that goal, we're going to add a free-form discussion show, where another host and I will talk about all sorts of things relating to tabletop role-playing games, whether it's current events, game design philosophy, RPG horror stories, anything really. projects beyond that in the roadmap include a Game Master Advice / theory crafting show, homebrewed content for your favorite systems on a monthly basis, and my personal favorite, a new game of the week show, where we play a new game for a few sessions to help spotlight games that don't get as much coverage as 5th edition or even Pathfinder 2nd edition. And last but not least, the final goal would be a second actual play show, but not one in 5th edition or Pathfinder, but Play Pretend Studios' own rule set, to be revealed at a later date. Once again, if you'd like to support the show, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/playpretendstudios and help us bring these projects to life. What you guys all can see, now that we're in kind of a peaceful moment, albeit still tense, is a young-ish looking fetchling woman with very pale skin. She is going to move right behind the desk to offer this little barrier between herself and Vola, in case, the orc that refuses to die gets upset.
Are we still in initiative?
We are not. I ended combat.
Okay.
You guys can enter the room if you'd like.
Oh, Vola dear, you look close to death.
Tack's gonna be keeping an eye on this guardian.
And right now, he definitely seems like he's shut down, if you will. I caught wind of your presence in Casimir. I know what you did. You ratted all of us out in that heist. You're the reason Garrick is dead. Victor was arrested. Riven is dead because of you.
I do not know who told you this information, but it is not true.
Was my instinct, and I often trust my instinct.
I was also captured and imprisoned. You think that is what I wanted?
Sounds like a good cover-up to me.
Why would I betray you?
I don't know. I've had years to dwell on that idea, and that is where I have arrived in my assumptions. How is it that a trap finder misses a very easy security alarm, triggers the entire guard to fall upon us without it being an inside job?
People are not error-proof. Mistakes happen.
In our line of work, I would expect you to think otherwise.
Dear, have you ever made a mistake yourself? I'm sure you have. Vola is, well, she's not human, but she's close to it, and she is going to make mistakes like we all do. I mean, you know Vola, and I know Vola, and we both know her to be a good soul, and I don't believe what you're saying about Vola right now.
Well, the thing is she was not the trap finder.
Then why are you blaming her?
Because I believe she sold us out.
I thought of you all as my family. I would never sell you out.
I am willing to sit down and hear your side of it, but I still suspect that it was you. Where have you been?
As I said, I have been imprisoned.
And what brings you here?
Well, after I got out, I decided to join the Pathfinder Society.
So you decided to pull a full 180, turn a new leaf, and join the Pathfinder Society.
Well, what else would you have me do? I thought you were all long gone, and I was on my own.
Well, I came here. I laid low for a little while, and then I got bored, so I took over.
Seems like you have done well.
Very well. Some of my operation now seems to be caught on fire. As you guys see a few of the peons kind of rush over to these crates caught on fire, starting to extinguish it, but I have done fairly well for myself. And that is why I became so defensive when I heard that there was a thief in town, an orc woman, and my assumption was that you were after the ones that got away, that weren't arrested or killed.
No, I had no idea you were here.
How much of your friends know about your past?
Not much.
I feel like they might be owed an explanation as to why your past is coming back to nearly kill all of you.
Why Why did you think I betrayed you to begin with?
Vola, even if you are not the one who did it, that had to have been an inside job. Somebody ratted us out. There was no way we would have been caught otherwise.
Who else survived?
Victor, the leader. You were arrested, supposedly. I escaped. And then there's Nasha. The rest were imprisoned or murdered.
Well, my friends can verify that I have been with the Society as of late.
Yes, dear, we may not know about Vola's past, but we know about her present, and she has been a good and loyal friend to us. If she doesn't want to tell us about her past, she is under no obligation to do so.
Maggie, could you give me a secret diplomacy check?
Sure.
I don't trust the words that are coming out of your mouth, ma'am. But I must admit it'd be very strange for Vola to bring around a grandmother otherwise.
Well, insults aside, dear, let's discuss this over a nice cup of tea. I do believe we should get out of this. It's not quite a neutral third party on our end, is it? It's kind of a death warehouse to us.
There's a reason that many don't see my face. I'm not leaving my lair.
Why is it that you hide your identity?
It's easier. I mean, aside from the fact that I thought that an informant was working with the police force to track us all down from the Crimson Cloak, it's also just makes ruling the thieves a little easier, gives me an intimidating edge if they never see my face.
Tack's gonna reach into his backpack and pull out the Wayfinder and say,
Just one more piece of evidence to back up her story. We were sent here by the Society, and we should definitely leave here if you don't want the Society to come a-knocking.
Could you also roll me... you can do intimidation or diplomacy.
I think that would be intimidating.
That is a good point. Vola, I will concede that perhaps you weren't the informant, but I'll be very reluctant to believe that Riven just missed a security alarm. And seeing that he's dead, I doubt it was him.
Or maybe he just missed it, dear, and paid with his life.
He was the best. I highly doubt that.
You think it was him?
Well, I thought it was you, Vola. The only ones that we have alive and accounted for. There's Dorian. He served his sentence, he's out. But I highly doubt a priest would sell us out like that. Nasha went missing just as I did. She wasn't arrested or murdered. Perhaps her, but she was pretty stupid.
What about this Victor fellow? He sounds evil.
He was the leader of the Crimson Cloak. Why would he sell out his own gang?
Well, he would be in the best position to, dear. He would know everything and know how everyone works and definitely know how you tick.
Maybe he thought you were all dead weight.
Do you know where he is?
He was arrested, but he has since escaped. I haven't caught any wind of his presence anywhere since.
Well, that's pretty convenient, don't you think? Gets arrested and escapes shortly after.
You're not wrong.
Maybe he made a deal with the right person.
Perhaps. I will admit that I must revisit all my theories, but you can't blame me for being cautious on Vola's arrival in Casimir.
Well, cautious, no, dear, but accusatory, yes.
I had not even considered the possibility that somebody sold us out for that job.
I think it should be a thought in the back of your mind now.
Well, I personally don't blame you, but I don't think you can blame us for our actions either.
No, or the assassins that took the bounty knew what they were getting into, and they are now dead. Shit happens.
Dear, Liam is not dead. 7 children he may have, but he is still a father. He is still alive and well. We did not kill him, although we did give him quite a scare, didn't we?
I will admit, I have no idea if he has any children at all. I was just trying to get more money.
Oh, yes.
So Liam the bounty hunter is alive. You found my secret entrance.
Well, we kind of had to beat it out of him.
Still a punishment worthy of death.
For him?
Yes.
Oh, but think of the 7 children, dear.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have 7 children.
We did threaten to torture him to death, so what else was he supposed to do?
Yes, Tack hit him quite severely.
Did you expect a mercenary to be loyal to the death?
That's fair. Something tells me he may have been more afraid of you at the moment than he was of me.
Now, dear, tell us about your big copper gentleman over there. How have you gotten him to work? What makes him tick?
Through magic, he is an animated guardian.
Oh, goodness. What is his weaknesses?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nope.
Oh, my goodness.
That's why he's my muscle.
Do you have more of him?
Maybe I do, maybe I don't.
I thought we were friends, dear.
I would say uneasy allies at this moment.
Oh, come now. Maggie's going to offer her a scone.
No, thank you.
It's world famous.
I have self-preservation to think of.
Okay, dear. Well, you stay surly and disinterested, but we will just love you from afar.
No, they're fine, see?
And Dave will just take one of the scones and just shove it in his toothless mouth and just start gnashing at it, you know? Just crumbs falling out. He doesn't really have a digestive tract, so it doesn't actually go anywhere. So he just gradually chews into mush that decomposes in his mouth.
That's disgusting.
See, they're fine.
Lyria, I do not know what else I can say to prove my innocence to you. But I hope you know I would not do that. And I would be willing to help you find who did.
I will put that favor in my back pocket. I will do some more searching, because if it is not you, then I guarantee that it was somebody else that sold us out. And their death will be at my hands.
Well, if we do ever come across that stupid woman or that Victor fellow, we will definitely interrogate them for you.
Good luck finding them, but perhaps it is an effort that you don't need to waste your life on. Let it be my burden.
I'm glad to know that you are doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well, thank you. Sorry for almost killing you. Twice.
Yeah, I would have done the same in your position.
So how are you guys enjoying Casimir? Other than the endless amounts of assassins trying to end your lives?
Well, we've seen the docks and the sewers, and we went to the inn twice.
The 3-legged frog?
Oh, the 3-legged frog. It is a lovely place.
Oh, my scones are in there. Now, if you do get hungry, I would say go in there. They do have quite a delicious beef stew.
I'll let my agent know to bring me some back. I have a man stationed there at all times.
Oh, excellent. Oh, do you have anything to do with the gentleman in the cloaks?
What about the cloaks? I'm sorry?
Gentlemen in cloaks. Do you know anything about gentlemen in black cloaks? Hoods? Very suspicious looking.
They had this insignia on them. She'll hold out the patch that she cut off from one of their cloaks.
She is going to take it and kind of give it a little bit of a glance. Is this from another thieves' guild?
More like crypt robbers.
I do not recognize this insignia. It seems religious in nature versus a symbol of a gang of some sort. What is your interest in these people?
They kidnapped and beat up one of my friends.
Oh, I see.
Well, wait a minute. It doesn't have to have been them, actually, because that little fungus leshy, rain and cloudy day, he was abducted from the inn by 4 people wearing all black that sounded a little bit more like thieves that you might be in charge of.
You're making some dangerous assumptions here.
Well, you make assumptions, we make assumptions. The world continues to turn.
We are not in the business of abducting fungus leshy. We are in the business of stealing from said fungus leshy.
And killing innocent orcs.
That was more personal business.
Wait, did you steal from Rain? Did you steal from me?
I'm a little too high up to have a hand on all of the small little details that happen on the streets of Casimir, but could have. Depends on what went missing.
I'll say at one point, the fungus leshy left with 4 unsavory fellows and eventually was beaten up, left for dead in the woods. And we eventually found where he was destined, and some weird people with robes and this religious symbol were there. So, is that connected to you at all? Did any of your folks ransom a leshy to some cultists?
We try our best here to lay under the radar. And assuming how much you've gotten information-wise, I don't think those were any of my men. If you are returning to Absalom, I would say that's going to be your best source of information to figure out what this insignia is that you found on them. What is it that they were trying to get to? You called them grave robbers.
That would be society business.
Well, if we're drawing lines there, that's fine with me. Perhaps I have a wealth of knowledge in my network that could help you, were I to know a little bit more.
Tack's just going to look to Vola since this is an old friend of hers and he knows nothing of her.
Are you aware of the ruins in the Verdun forest?
I'm not the biggest fan of forests. I haven't gone out there much myself.
Oh, but they're so nice.
I'm a city girl.
There's fresh air, trees, sunshine. A good walk in the forest will do you good from time to time.
Maybe in the shadow plane.
You are quite pale, dear.
Yes, I don't like the sun.
Well, they were looking for an artifact in the ruins out in the forest.
Did you find it?
We did.
What was it?
Maybe we tell you, maybe we don't.
Can I do a sense motive to see if she's trustworthy with this information?
You certainly can do a Vinny check. Make a secret perception roll. She seems fairly genuine in her offer to help.
We found a grave with grave knight armor inside.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't put it on. Wonder why they would be after grave knight armor.
We are not sure.
She seems to be kind of lost in a moment of thought as she moves from her desk over to a bookshelf, grabs a fairly large tome, and sets it on the desk in front of you guys. She flips through a few pages, and on the page you see that symbol that was kind of sewn into the cloaks of those cultists.
Oh, that's it?
I believe this is what you are looking for. It's the symbol of the Pallid Princess, Urgatoa. She is the goddess of the undead.
It does sound quite exotic. Does it say anything about her?
Well, this is just a general book on your common deities, but she is followed by many in Geb. She's the polar opposite of Pharasma. She's evil, and would like to probably see nothing less than this world being her undead servants.
Ooh, that's definitely spooky.
Did you say kinky?
Spooky!
Oh, spooky. I don't know why, but it cut out and all I heard is key. I was like, kinky?
Oh my god.
Has there been any other strange activity in town?
Not that I can recall that would be related to this. But I can put my feelers out and see what I get back.
Oh, we would appreciate that, dear.
We are departing back to Absalom later this evening, but you can reach me at the Society Guild House.
The main one in Absalom?
Yes.
I will have someone get with you if I get any information. I'll have one of my Absalom people reach out to you.
It's always good to have friends who can share their information.
And as long as Vola didn't sell out my crew, I am more than willing to.
Our crew, comrade.
Oh, so we are friends. Oh, buddy. Maggie's gonna pop like a bunch of scones just on her desk, and she's gonna be like, now that we're friends, here's some scones. You can hand them out to your henchmen. Of course, they are delicious. Now, I understand that if you don't want to eat them, you don't have to eat them, but I really feel like you should because we're friends now.
She's gonna slowly palm one of the scones, bring it to her mouth, and take a nibble. Oh, damn, that is good.
No, see, I told you. And I will send you some more if you send us information.
Address it to Nags. The post wouldn't know Illyria.
Well, if this concludes our business, maybe we should be on our way.
You can take the front door now.
I appreciate it.
Vola, I would perhaps keep an eye out until I can get all of my bounty posters returned to me.
I can deal with them.
Clearly.
Maggie's gonna give a very awkward high five to Dave.
Dave will also return this high five, just blueberry scone crumbs dribbling down his chin.
To the three-legged frog for the lot of you?
Vola could use a nap.
Oh, yeah. You look like you took a couple of good shots there. I'll get you stitched back up. You too, Tack.
You orcs are sturdy folk. Never seen it.
As she passes the copper dude, Maggie is going to put a little smiley face sticker on his shoulder.
He's gonna resume back to, active. I do apologize for the attempted murder of yourselves.
That's just fine, dear. You remain your pretty self.
Just doing your job.
So going out the front door leads to a pretty quick walk back to the three-legged frog. The streets are fairly empty, with it being probably close to midnight at this point. You guys can make it back to the three-legged frog and into your rooms with no obstacles, no trouble.
Well, it's definitely going to take a little more time to hobble back over there.
On a scale of 1 to 42, you are at a 1.
Wow.
Life is pain.
And then a homeless child runs up and kicks her in the shin. She's really
Can you imagine? The stiff breeze blows to the streets.
You trip and fail your acrobatics roll to balance.
You did.
You bite your tongue while eating.
Jesus.
Once we're back to the three-legged frog, Vol's gonna address the group. Sorry that my pest almost got us all killed.
I mean, us is kind of a strong word there.
That cross-train wasn't gonna fuck you up.
I had him handled, okay? I was right where I wanted him.
I don't think he had taken damage yet.
Yeah, you had him in that death grip pretty good.
Yeah, I almost broke his arm with my neck.
That is something Tack could say, isn't it?
No, it's after a meeting like that, we at least know we have, I wouldn't say an ally, but a resourceful individual we can call upon if we're ever back in Casimir.
Yes, networking is always important.
Oh, yes, I've been in the thieving industry for about 10 years now. It's really nice to meet you. I love your Highlander, by the way. Is that all-wheel drive? Sorry, that's me making fun of white people.
White people, the worst.
Chronicle uses trademarks and or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Chronicle is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com.
Punish me, Copper Daddy.